Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Monday of the 22nd Sunday in Ordinary Time. Hope you're doing well. It's so nice that you're with me today. So nice to be with you. I'm going to give a little shout out to a couple people, my dear friends from Holy Savior. So Rita and Anthony Tornambi, it was so nice to be with you today. Thank you for visiting me, and it's always nice to see dear friends come by the parish and talk and, reminisce a little bit. So hope you're doing well. God bless you, Anthony. God bless you, Rita. So today I'm going to talk to you about, it's the first day of school for our 1st through 4th graders. How's that? They came back. They look beautiful. My God, their uniform. There's just something about a Catholic school, isn't there? With the nice uniform, everyone's excited. All the teachers are so excited. Our administration and staff, our dear school secretary, Beth Pastorius, she's such a dear. Phil Repko, our principal. What a wonderful team they are. Our homeschool association, dedicated people, our moms and our dads who really do such a tremendous job in participating in the life of their child's school. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you for your help with the playground. We had a dumping of mulch, and God bless them. They raked it out and made it all nice and everything. It looks beautiful. That whole school looks beautiful. It's a testimony to our families, our parents, our volunteers, and our friends who come by and love this campus of St. Mary's. They just love it. And I'm happy that you love it too, because I might be partial, because I love it. But I'm glad that you agree. So today was the first day for the 1st through 4th grade. And how nice it was to meet with the faculty. We met with the faculty last week, and we met with them and we had a beautiful lunch for them. In fact, it was the first event of this school year as we celebrate the 60th anniversary of St. Mary's School. So the first event was last week, when the teachers, the administration, and the staff, plus the parish staff, got together and we went over to Hedge Hall and we had a beautiful luncheon. And you know who sponsored that luncheon? God bless them. The Board of Limited Jurisdiction of St. Mary's Catholic School. Do you guys know that we have a Board of Limited Jurisdiction here at St. Mary Catholic School? You might not know about it that much, might not have been in vogue back in the day, but now more than ever, parish schools and regional schools and Catholic high schools are asked to have a board, an official board of limited jurisdiction of the governance of the school. Now you may say to yourself, really? And I'm like, yes, really, it's a good thing. Because they sit together and they strategically plan, they strategically promote, market, and make wonderful advancement for the Catholic school. They network not only with their own friends, but they're also business associates. And they help us. They help us in a lot of ways to look at all the areas that make a Catholic school, in promoting it, in supporting it. The whole idea of marketing, the whole notion of a development committee. So here you have a marketing committee. So on the board, you have a marketing committee, you have a development committee, you have a finance committee, you have a Catholic identity committee, you have a governance committee for membership and governance. You have people who are on a facilities committee. Can you see how this umbrella of committees are made up of this board? So it's a beautiful governance model. So it's no longer, I guess in the old way, it was the pastor and the Mother Superior. Now this is going back years and years and years and years, back in 1961, because that's when we opened, 1961. Our school, that is, not our parish, our school. So in 1961, our school doors opened, and it was the pastor and Mother Superior. And then they're the ones who really ran the show and called the shots. And then time went on, and there was maybe a mother's club. And then time went on, there was like a PTA or a homeschool association. And then time went on, and there was a school advisory board. Do you remember these groups? Mm-hmm. And then time went on to now, 60 years later, a board of limited jurisdiction. So we went from pastor to Mother Superior, and for the years that we had that model. And then we went to a kind of a mother's club, and then we had that model. And then we went to a PTA, like a parent-teacher association, and had that model. And that morphed into like a home school or HASA model. And then years goes on. I mean, I'm telling you, the years just go on. And then we had a school advisory model, and then to what we have today is a board of limited jurisdiction. So that took care of the 60 years that we've been established here at St. Mary Catholic School. Well, anyway, just so that you guys know, we have a board of limited jurisdiction, and I told you about the umbrella of the governance and the model of the governance, and how I sit on the board. I do have a vote, but I'm not the last call or the last shot. There's many people around me that also vote. So it's not that kind of model anymore. Just to give you a perspective, because I don't want you not to know what's happening in our archdiocesan schools. I want you to know what's happening in our archdiocesan schools. So we bring in people who are knowledgeable. Not to say I'm not knowledgeable. I am to a certain degree, because I've been a priest for 30 years. I've been a pastor of this beautiful place for over 8 years. This is my third pastorate. I've been a pastor for 2 other parishes before I came here. So I have a knowledge of the workings of all of this, but it's nice to collaborate with other members of the community. And I'm not talking about school family, I'm talking about members of the community. Because the bylaws of the Board of Limited Jurisdiction is that we can't have more than 2 parents. Because you have to have a whole different perspective of everything, on the school, how it's governed, professionals in that area. Of course, parents, like there's 2 of them, and then people who are Catholic, people who are not Catholic, people who are professionals in the area of education, in the area of business. So you're having a plethora of people of their intellect and background and their networking, of sitting together and dialoguing and collaborating about models of school leadership and how that all works today. The principals on the board, absolutely. And it's just nice, and we have consultants on the board too. We have our own Mary Beth O'Connor, who serves this parish as the business manager and director of operations. absolutely she should be a consultant. We have Kathy Wisniewski, who is, of course, the parish bookkeeper. She should absolutely be a consultant because there's a finance committee on the board that, of course discusses things and wants to know more information, because there's also been a learning curve that they already had, maybe for a whole full year already, and we're past that, thank God, that they learned and were educated about all this. And it takes about a year for that to happen, right? You just can't learn all this in 6 months. You have to at least a minimum of a year. So it's been very nicely. Well, anyway, I'm telling you all this because the board paid for our lunch. Isn't that nice? That was very nice. So it was the first event of the 60th anniversary. So we're having a year-long anniversary for the school. So this is the first event last week where we had a nice luncheon. So we met in Father Hedge Hall. Nice tables, tablecloth, hot lunch, dessert. We had a nice, maybe Susie, you could show the cake with the what do you call that? The logo?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. They made the cake with the logo right on it and all that, and it was just really nice. So in the morning, what they did was they met with Phil Repko, our principal, and well, of course he needed a faculty meeting because he needed to bring them up to date on, of course, COVID and the requirements for the following Montgomery County Board of Health, Archdiocese of Philadelphia, because we're not our own entity. We belong to, of course, we belong to the county because we have to be respectful of the laws of the state and the laws of the county and their directives. And we also belong to an archdiocese, so we're not running our own show here in the sense that we're our own island. We could do whatever we want to do. We don't have to listen to the county, we don't have to listen to the archdiocese. No, that's not how it works. Everyone knows that. So when the school puts out directives, you could probably rest assured that they got those directives from the county, the Board of Health, and the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, and of course, presenting that the best practice here for our students that attend our school. So the principal met with them in the morning, and they did a lot of dialogue and collaborating and strategic planning for the upcoming school year. Gave him a lot of information about what's going to happen during the school year and what he would like to see, what the vision is, how we're going forward with, a lot of things. And then we broke for lunch, and then after lunch, then I addressed the faculty and staff and administration. And then after I addressed them, then all the members of my staff had an opportunity to address them. And that is the business manager, the bookkeeper, the coordinator of religious education. Susan is the director of communications and stewardship. She was promoting the feast and the 3 days, and also just the beautiful gift of the legacy of Catholic school for 60 years. Peggy Henson, who is the head sacristan. So they had a plethora of staff also presenting them. I told the faculty, if they could get through this day, you could sit through any day, because they were really, really fed with a lot of good, solid information. With the principal, and then with me and my entire staff. By the time they were finished, they were like, wow, time for a break, which is true. They were time for a break. So I was happy to meet them. But we had a nice day last week to begin the 60th year anniversary. So we'll be doing something all year long. I said to the faculty, staff, and administration, I said, so it doesn't happen and it doesn't end on like a day like today, or when we have the opening school mass, which is September the 10th. Does everyone know that? And I just was talking to Susan before I came on live here. This is for everybody. This is not just for school families, children who have went to the school, like alumni. It's not only for them, it's for the entire community. The Archdiocese always tells us schools are to be for the community. Schools are here for the community. Schools survive because of the community. So we have to rally around each other. So I'm inviting you again, September the 10th is a Friday at 9 in the morning. Hopefully you're all up by that time, right? Get dressed, come over to St. Mary's Church, and there'll be a Mass offered for the 60th anniversary, the opening of the 60th anniversary year, and the opening of the academic year for the children. And we'll have a beautiful procession. And you know what will happen at that Mass? After the homily, the teachers will make a statement of fidelity. It's called an oath of fidelity. And basically, I can tell you what that means. It's like they will teach the Catholic faith, authentically as it has been given to us by the Church. And that's beautiful. I mean, I think every Catholic school should do that, and I think every Catholic high school should do that, and I think every Catholic college should do that. In fact, many people will say, yeah, like if you're a Catholic school teacher, whatever level you're teaching, you should teach what the Catholic Church teaches. In other words, this is not your opinion, right, Susan? It's not like, you can have your opinion, but if you're hired by one of us, hello. So anyway, after the homily, they'll do that. And then after communion, we're going to install or induct the new student council. Is that nice? So we'll be doing that. And that's on Friday, September the 10th at 9 o'clock. I think Susan's going to send out a press release. Mm-hmm. She's the director of communications. So part of her job that she has like 50,000 things to do. Part of that job is designing and crafting a nice press release for certain events. And she either gives them to Sandy, or she'll put them out herself, and they'll be sent to the community. Mm-hmm. So thank you, Susan, for all that work you do for communicating events. And Susan's also working on the 95th anniversary. Can you believe we're 95 years old? Wow.
Crazy.
This is like unbelievable. 95 years old. That's great. Well, anyway, we're having a weekend celebration about that. We can use your help. And I'm going to tell you something, and I'm not embarrassed to tell you this. Some people say, Father, I cannot help with my time, but can I write you a check and help you with, I don't know, whatever. You told me you're having a train. Somebody has to pay for that, right? Can I write you a check for the train? Yes, you can. Or can I write you a check for something that you're ordering? Yes, you can. And they say, I feel better doing that because I can't help that weekend. But that's nice. Now, some people will say, Father, I can't write you a check, but can I help and give my time? Yes! So as you know, Susan is Director of Stewardship, which means time, talent, and treasure, which means that Susan has to gather from this community people who can offer their time, or their talent, or their treasure, or all three. And she gathers her team. And we have a lot of things going on here from January 1st to December 31st. So there's a lot of things going on here. So Susan, as director of stewardship, has to figure out in her mind, okay, what are we having this month? Okay, what do I need? Who do I need? How do I get them together? All that kind of stuff. It's important. And talking about back in the day, we never had, when I was a kid, we never had a director of communication or stewardship. And I know that. But you cannot believe how many parishes now, 2021, 2022, have a director of communication and stewardship. Can't believe how that jumped from maybe 5 parishes to 50 parishes. It's unbelievable. Only because the amount of work and time that's dedicated to stewardship, which is time, talent, treasure, of fundraising, events that are non-fundraisers, but they're still events, that are gatherings, celebrations, anniversaries. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of time. And then she has that dual responsibility of communicating all this. So we thank people like Susan and her entire team, all the volunteers, all the people she gathers and she just loves, and she sends their love to them, and I do too. I try to, and if I never said it, I said it 1,000 times.
You say
but
it all the
I
time.
know, but still, if you never heard me,
Yeah.
you must be under a book. But if you never heard me say it, how much I love all of you, and how much I thank all of you for, I don't care what you did. Even if you moved this book to here, thank you. But the people who practically live here, okay, I have to say go home, because the hours they spend here, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do for the honor and glory of God and His parish, the church. So, and that's what's happening today. I just want to throw that out to you. I'm going to continue my series on the sacrament of matrimony, but I just wanted to tell you about school and the Board of Limited Jurisdiction and the 60th anniversary of the school, and then the 95th anniversary of the parish. A lot of things happening. Please, we need you. We want you. We love you. Please, come worship with us. Please come celebrate with us. Please come socialize with us. We are a family. We're called St. Mary.